channel. I'm Rachel, the owner and creator here at the Eclectic Cottage in Spokane, Washington. I know it's a little weird because today's actually Thursday, but I just didn't quite get my projects finished in time to have my video to you guys yesterday. I've been trying to get everything ready for a big event I do every year called Garden Expo, which is this coming Saturday, and it's just been a little busy around here, unfortunately, but I did stay last night until I finally got my project finished for today, and then I've just been working this morning on getting edits done so that I could get it out to you guys today. So thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. I love how my little projects turned out for today's video. I hope you guys like them as much as I do, and without further ado, let's get to my project for today. My project for today is this little set of side tables that I picked up on my most recent junk run. Now, the first one here is super wobbly, and I realized that this leg that bonked me in the head actually had a broken piece that it was attached to, which is why it was so wobbly. So I had to take that little piece and use some wood glue and put that back onto the board it belonged on, set that aside with some clamps on it. And while that was drying, I went ahead and took the rest of the frame off of the tabletop, put some wood glue on it, and then screwed that back down. Once I had it all screwed back together, I went ahead and put some clamps on it just to hold it in place while I waited for the glue to dry. Once the little piece that I had put back in was dry, I went ahead and sanded it nice and smooth before I reattached the board. I also added some wood glue to this on the edge and spread that out with my finger before attaching it to the tabletop. This prep work, you guys, took me so much longer than I had anticipated, but I'm hoping that this will add some longevity to this little side table. And I did go ahead and remove the frame of the second side table as well and add some glue, again, just for longevity's sake. These aren't exactly the most fantastic little side tables. They're very cheaply made. They aren't made with the most quality products. And I just want to give them the best chance at some long life in their new home that I can. So I'm doing my best here to make them as nice and sturdy, I guess, as I possibly can. Once I was finally done with all the repair work, it was time to get these guys ready for some paint. Now, I'm going to be using Sweet Pickins Milk Paint on this, which really doesn't require a lot of prep work other than a nice clean surface. For cleaning, I like to use Krud Kutter first. It's a great degreaser. It takes away all the dirt and grime, and I feel like it also helps remove just a little bit of the factory finish to give you a good base for paint. I do also like to follow up the Krud Kutter with some clean water. However, I always worry that the Krud Kutter is going to leave just a little bit of residue behind that might affect my paint somehow. So I always rinse my pieces off once I'm done with the Krud Kutter. I also cleaned out the little drawers really well and made sure they were free of any dirt and grime. I cleaned them on the fronts and the tops and bottoms and the sides, and then went ahead and set them aside as well. Once all the prep work was finally finished, it was time to move on to the fun part of the makeover, starting with my paint. Again, this is Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. This color is called Harbor. It is a beautiful kind of blue with a little bit of green in it, very light. Very springy, summery color. I just love it. And this happens to be the Sweet Pickins color of the month for May. It is 35% off through May 31st. I have a little bit in my web shop right now. I do have more on order that should be here in 10 days or so. And again, it is on sale through the end of May. Now, I also want to mention that I did add the recommended amount of Extra Bond to all coats of my paint. I ended up going over this with 3 coats of the milk paint to get good coverage, and the Extra Bond helped make it stick to this shiny, slick factory surface. Without it, I would have run the risk of having a lot of my paint chip right back off. Once I had all 3 coats of paint on my tables and the drawers and it was completely dry, I went ahead and took everything outside for a good sanding. So I am just going over all of the surfaces on this table with some 220 grit sandpaper and my palm sander on its lowest setting. I am just trying to get everything nice and smooth. The thing with milk paint is it can leave occasionally little drip lines, and I like to get those smoothed out. And it can also leave behind little chunks of paint, which I like to sand off. So that is the reason for the sanding. I am also doing just a little bit of distressing to bring some of that beautiful wood tone back through that paint and give it just a little bit of an aged patina. Then it was time to take everything back into my kitchen and give it all a good wipe down with a damp shop towel. I knew I was going to be adding some transfers to these pieces, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that transfers won't stick to a piece that has dust on it. So you need to make sure you are putting transfers on a very clean surface. Now, I really hemmed and hawed over which transfer set to use on this table, and I finally decided on Blush Blossoms. This is one of the brand new Redesign with Prima transfers that just came out, and I decided to just do the drawer fronts and then put a couple smaller transfers on the top. So I cut out strips of the transfer to fit on the drawer fronts. It ended up being 3.5 inches wide, and I just smoothed them out over that drawer front one piece at a time, and then used that transfer stick to rub them down while I removed the vellum. Now, the curved surface on this made things just a little bit more interesting than normal. It was definitely a little more difficult to get everything to stay where I needed it to. But I just, time and patience and a little bit of re-rubbing a couple places where I accidentally lifted up pieces of the transfer with the vellum, and I finally got it all down. I think in the end it ends up looking really pretty too. So this first piece I went ahead and put down, and then I measured out another 3.5 inch piece, lined it up with the other one, and then I cut off the end just because it overhung just a touch. Now, one thing I have learned over the years of doing these transfers is that transfers don't like to stick to one another. So the hardest part of getting this transfer to stick down was actually where it was overlapping the transfer that was below it. Again, though, it's just time and patience and rubbing with that transfer stick and being very careful as you're pulling up that piece of vellum that you're not pulling up the transfer as well. It is also important that you burnish your transfers in. I like to use a piece of the vellum and just really rub that transfer down into my piece to make sure I don't have any wrinkles or air bubbles and that it is completely secured. Once I had the first drawer front done, it was time to move on to the second. And again, I just cut off a second strip of 3.5 inches and added the first side down. I used my transfer stick to just place that down. This one I had overhung just a little bit on the top, so I kind of had to flip it and then pull it around the top there and then release that bit of transfer and tuck it down along the top rim there. And again, the second piece, just cut off that end that was overhanging and do the same procedure. Once I had the drawer fronts finished, I decided to go ahead and add just a couple simple transfers from this other sheet that came in the same set to the tops of both of my tables, just for some added color and to pull some of those roses up to the tops of my tables. So I picked out one for each corner, top and bottom. I did have to kind of rub down into the little crevice that ran around the top of the table first before I rubbed down the rest of my transfers, and then I just applied them as normal. Once all my transfers were applied, it was time to seal my piece, and I decided to go with Sweet Pickins Dark Oil Wax for that. You can see here I also used it on the inside of the drawers along with the sides of them, just to help revitalize the wood and give it a nice cohesive look. And then I'm just applying it over all of the rest of my painted areas. I'm using a chip brush for this. It's one that I've had for a long time. I actually took some scissors and shortened up the bristles on this thing so that I can use it a little easier just for the milk paint or the oil wax. Now, I know this looks a little scary, and trust me, it will look beautiful when it's done, but I absolutely love the way the oil wax adds some age and just a little bit of patina to the paint. And what you do is you apply a nice even layer over the entire thing, and then you let it sit for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then just come back in with a dry rag or a dry shop towel in my case, and you wipe back the excess wax. The one thing you want to look for as you are wiping back your excess wax is to make sure you don't have any drips or dribbles anywhere, because let me tell you, once it dries, it is really difficult to get it off again. I usually go over my piece a couple times, trading out my rags as they get dirty to make sure that I'm getting all of that excess oil wax off. And the other thing I would like to note is to be cognizant of your fingerprints, because if you leave fingerprints on it and that oil wax dries, you will see your fingerprints in your final product. And of course, I repeated this whole process on the other table as well. Once I was finally done with the oil wax and had it all cleaned off, it was time to add some hardware. Luckily, I had found the perfect knobs for these little tables not too long ago at a yard sale, and I think they are the perfect touch. I absolutely love how these came out, and I hope you guys do too. Well, that is it from here for today, you guys. What did you think of my little side table transformations? I think they turned out really cute. Now, I know they aren't the most high quality pieces of furniture in the world, but sometimes it's nice to take something that really just needs some help and fix it up, give it a new look, and then hopefully find it a new home so that it can be loved for many years to come. So that's kind of my goal, and I was happy to get these guys finished. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. I so appreciate that, you guys. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and then just hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. And then don't forget to drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of today's project. Just a quick reminder too, I carry a full line of products, DIY products on my website, and that is www.theeclecticcottagespokane.com. I carry Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, which you saw me use today, and of course that Color Harbor is on sale for 35% off through the end of the month. I also carry DIY paint and products, as well as some Recycle Treasures decoupage papers, and of course the Redesign with Prima. And you saw me use that beautiful new transfer on the tables as well. Anyway, my next video is Saturday, and it will be a thrift haul. I actually already have everything set up in my kitchen ready to go, and as soon as I am finished editing this video and have it uploading, I'm going to go ahead and go film that one and have it all ready for Saturday morning, because tomorrow is a setup day for the Garden Expo, and the day after that is the big event. So the next couple days are going to just be run, 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 you guys. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I have lots of plant sales. That is the goal for the weekend. And I will see you back here on Saturday for that video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week and beginning of the weekend. And I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.